using that example, James, there's another dimension to that for us, isn't there? As teachers of, not only are we expected to understand the threshold concepts and appreciate the tools of knowledge, but we're dealing with all of that and teaching it to other people and observing them trying to understand it, as that example suggests, which has to do with something else called pedagogy, doesn't it? It's an appreciation of the understanding of teaching and learning and being able to take account of whether they're getting it or not. So it's two things rather than just one.
Exactly. Part of the problem, and the reason why this knowledge is troublesome, is that it's risky. And that's part of the student's experience that they take when they commit themselves to some counterintuitive concept or idea. Then, and they step up to the plate, as it were, and they go across the threshold, they are taking a risk. Because the world is slightly, they're beginning to see it slightly differently from the way they saw it before. They're moving away from familiar certainties, they're moving out of their comfort zones. And therefore they may require extra support, which may mean that they may have to be pulled across the threshold, they may have to be pushed across the threshold, they may just have to know that somebody is holding their hand when they go across the threshold. But they may, this is the threshold, they may, as it were, stick their foot in the water and then retreat as they realise the implications of, oh grief, I go for this supply and demand thing.
Is that like the, on that film again, thinking of the photosynthesis, where people pretty much refused to accept that the trees or the plants didn't grow because of the soil?
Yes, so too heavy. I mean, how can this be gas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that the sort of thing you're talking about,
Exactly,
where you've got to kill that knowledge off, as it were, and risk frightening them with something they just can't see?
Yes, exactly. That's an excellent example. So, I imagine, speculating, that people have been trying to see how does this actually relate to what I'm teaching and so on. What we are going to ask people to do in the interest groups is to get together in interest groups and to try to explore what are the threshold concepts in our disciplines. How can we teach so as to ensure that students really get those, because then all the rest of it will become so much easier. And indeed, how do we assess? How do we know when they've actually got it? Or how do we know when they're faking it?